DontGetHacked.com. That's right. Award-winning podcast producer and show creator for MupoEntertainment.com. Also, star of the YouTube channel membership, Don't Get Hacked, Call Me for Help. Multiple book author. We've got a hacker comic book coming out. I'm also CEO of Don't Get Hacked Cybersecurity in Canada, USA, and all regions around the world. We've got an international office in Dubai. If you're a business owner, you need to be on up-to-date technology, because what's going to happen is you're using your desktop for your 5, 6, 10, 15 years, and then you're like, hey, I'm in the market for a laptop. And then you call your local computer guy and say, hey, I'm in the market for a laptop. And then they're going to discover you got 5 or 6 or 7, hey, Andy. Andy followed me over to YouTube Live. So, anyway, when you're a business owner and you hold on to your old technology for way too long, it's going to take a really long time to move over to new stuff. So, for example, I've been fighting with a couple computers this week where customers have kept their computer for 10 to 14 years, and it can, even if they're on a solid state, moving to a new computer can easily take 10 hours, 15 hours, because software installs, and configuring Microsoft Office, Microsoft Outlook to work properly with your email accounts is not easy. I started a call at 4:30 this evening. I left at 9:45. It's still not finished. I've got to pack up and leave town. I'm gonna have to remotely finish this computer. And I prepped. I backed up stuff remotely for hours and hours and hours. I had everything smooth and ready to go, but the client has slow internet. So slow internet, downloading Microsoft Office, downloading IMAP, 4 different IMAP email accounts that are gigs and gigs and gigs, and you can't really move that data from an old computer to a new one. You got to sync. So anyway, long story short, to be efficient, you need to have efficient technology. Her data is relatively organized, but the printer is a bit of a problem. At the end of the day, technology, we can work magic, we can make sure everything works, but you're gonna look to be spending hours upon hours. There is some cops in downtown Calgary. That's what the noise is. Anyway, a little bit frustrated because I'm quite organized and quite efficient as a computer technician. And when the customer asks you how long everything's going to take, and I'm like, well, we've got upwards of 700 gigs of data to move from one computer to another, and it's already backed up. And we're using solid states. But you've got a ton of software. We tried cloning the computer. We tried cloning the hard drive to a new solid state and moving that solid state to a new computer, and we're having issues with the it just would not boot. And I tried 2 or 3 different laptops, could not get the thing to boot. So I knew we had to do manual transfer of everything, even using a user migration tool to make sure everything gets put up in the same place, and user desktop wallpaper is in the same place, and bookmarks are in the same place. Even using as much automation tools as possible, you still have to go through and the customer is going to be the biggest critic. They're going to sit down and say, hey, my icons aren't the same size, and layout on the screen's not the same, etc., etc. I'm not complaining. I've got a ton of patience. I can get through this. However, I understand where IT guys and tradespeople will get burnt out by, they've got a certain level of perfection, a certain level of quality that they deliver to the job, and the customer may or may not appreciate it. This client appreciates it. She knows we're not done. She knows I have to remote in either tonight or tomorrow and finish it. And she's like, this is why I don't switch computers until every 14 years. I'm like, you should be switching computers every 3-4 years, and you wouldn't have to go through this mess. But anyway, long story short, I just want to drop in, do this YouTube live. As I've promised, I'm going to do Facebook lives and YouTube lives for 3 to 5 minutes, probably like longer than that. But you got to get used to your audience, used to answering comments, and used to building up the discipline of shooting video every day to advertise your business, because you never know who's watching and who's interested in your story, right? As again, award-winning podcast producer for MupoEntertainment.com. I've got 2 podcasts over at MupoEntertainment.com, and I run this little cybersecurity company called DontGetHacked. Cybersecurity. We're in Canada, USA. We've opened up in Dubai about 11 months ago, and we're educating businesses about why they should have organized passwords and organized files and document everything, because you don't want the end user to be frustrated and you don't want the technician to be frustrated. Plus, with documentation and proper backups, we know we can put your business back together in case of flood, fire, theft, user error, hackers, all that fun stuff, all the fun traumas that are going to affect you, your computers, and your business operations in the future. If you got everything documented, you know how to put it back together. If nothing's documented, you're going to have stress and you're going to have a really bad day, and we don't want that. Anyway, I got to get rolling, because we're into like 7 minutes for this live. I don't want these YouTube lives to be like 3 minutes, but whatever. I'm here to serve. Leave me your comments. I will go back and respond to them. But I got to roll to the US on Sunday, and I'll be on stage November 6th to 8th, and I'll post links because I'm driving all the way to Delaware to be on stage for 1,000 people. Have a good weekend.